What's happening, people, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a special guest, the Liverpool Prophet. How you doing, mate?
Pretty good, man. Appreciate you having me on. Looking forward to this, man. Should be good.
Yeah, much appreciated for coming on.
No worries, man.
How have you been today, or in general?
All good. All good today, man. You know, it's been a decent
Yeah.
couple of weeks, so man, relaxed. Now Liverpool to ruin the mood because we know how bad we were last year. So yeah, man, just relaxing, just watching the World Cup and just
Before we move on to the Liverpool news, what I've got, I just want to touch on the World Cup. England won 4-2 yesterday, and before I get started, I want to apologise to all my viewers and my subscribers that I ended the stream early. I just didn't want to crash out or rage, so the best thing to do was just end the stream. So my apologies on that. Did you watch the England game or anything?
I didn't watch it. Now I took the night off. I seen the score though. Looks like it was a decent game.
Yeah, I watched it. England wasn't good, but I think Croatia made England look bad as what he was. But Croatia wasn't that good. He didn't move the ball well or create enough chances. But what do you think about the World Cup in general?
I've got to be honest here. I don't think it's been great. Still, don't think it's been great. There's a lot of controversy in it around where it is. There's a lot of controversy before it kicked off as well. It's just not been great. The vibes have been good. I think the vibes have been good, but the games, a lot of them have been trash. I can't lie. A lot of 0-0s. The big nations like the Brazils, the Spains, the Uruguays, the Portugals, they haven't really performed. They've been held to smaller nations, you'd say. So yeah, man, it seems like again a lot of the big nations are underperforming, and the smaller ones are showing a bit more fighting resilience. So there's a couple of nations I think will be good. I think Argentina were good. I think France were good in the second half of their game. I think Germany were good as well. Even the USA looked decent. So there have been a couple of standout nations, but overall, for nations like the Portugals, the Spain, you'd expect more. So I just feel like the bigger nations haven't really performed to the level that we expect them to perform at as of yet. But it could change as it goes further.
Yeah, I hear, and I'm very underwhelmed on the World Cup myself. I think there's only one standout team performance-wise, and that was Argentina. And it was a messy masterclass. But other than that, I hear you. All the other nations have been underwhelming. I know France won 3-1, but overall on the performance and overall on the game, it wasn't delightful to watch. The first half was horrendous. It was just the second half what makes the game and the scoreline flattens the performance overall. So I do hear you on that. Who are your picks for the World Cup? Because for me, I think Argentina go back to back, and my favourites for the World Cup is Argentina.
For me, going into the tournament, it was a bit 50-50 on it because I'm always backing Brazil to do well. I've always had a soft spot for Brazil, but I know they don't have a great squad compared to recent years. But you've got Carlo Ancelotti as their manager, and I think with him, anything's possible. Even though he hasn't really proven it at international level, but his CV speaks for itself, man, at club level. The guy's arguably the best of all time. You can make an argument. So I think Brazil have got a great coach. Just don't think they've got a great squad, but nonetheless, Brazil, they've still got the heritage, you know what I'm saying? I think Portugal, again, got a decent squad, but I don't think they've got a good coach because I think Ronaldo holds them back. I think Argentina are up there as well. Messi's last World Cup, he might want to make another statement. France, they're always going to be up there with their squad, but I don't think they've got a good coach either. I think Germany as well, up there. It's a great team.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Germany. I know they were only playing Caracau, but overall, I do think Germany are close favourites with Argentina.
Spain as well for me were a team that I thought would do well because they were really good at the last Euros. Big up to Nicole. They were really good at the last Euros, but they were really bad at against Cape Verde. So they're another one. Uruguay as well, decent, weren't great. Yeah.
I was shocked on the Spain result. I thought that'd be about 6-7-0. I thought it'd be like a Germany score, and they're very underwhelming, Spain.
So, my pick was Brazil. Am I going to stick with Brazil? I could do the whole thing where they start poor and then they just kick on. So,
Yeah,
I'm going to stick with
I think Argentina lost the first game and then went on to win the World
yeah,
Cup.
yeah. So I'm going to stick with Brazil for now, but that's probably going to backfire on me still, can't I?
Yeah, I hope Brazil do well because then it means Alisson's won every single trophy he can win. So,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I want them to win it as well. So never
and
lose.
I don't really go off one game because even when like Liverpool won the Champions League, we lost. I think we lost like 2 games and then went on to win the Champions League. We
Yeah, we
lost
just about got out of the group, remember?
yeah, we got beat 2-0, was it, by Red Star Belgrade?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really judge. I don't really judge. Even PSG, when the first time they won a Champions League, I think they finished like 17th.
Yeah, so
But moving on, people, to the big news last night. Victor Munoz, Liverpool have hijacked the move, and I'll put it on the screen for you. There we go. From Fabrizio Romano, exclusion Liverpool, set to sign Victor Munoz with hijack done. Here we go. Newcastle in advanced talks for days, but Liverpool entered the deal, verbally agreed terms with Munoz, activated the 40 mil release clause. Now, on that one, I'm very, very shocked because I don't know much of the player. I've only known the player since the links from Newcastle, and I thought he was banker to go to Newcastle. But how do you feel about that last night? Because I was very shocked when I seen it. I didn't think it was true.
it just came out of nowhere, didn't it? That one. It just came out of nowhere.
How do you feel? How do you feel on the transfer?
I don't know much about him like yourself. I haven't watched him much. I know he plays in the Liga for a Spanish club, but he's young. He's energetic. So it's the type of signing we used to make. We haven't made in a while. So I'm glad we're going back to that. He's a left winger as well. He plays off the left.
Yeah, he reminds me a bit like Diogo Jota because he can play on the right, he can play on the left, and he's played through the centre before. And his movement, like I don't know much about him, but I've seen clips, and he does remind me of like Diogo Jota, the way his movements and the areas he picks up and his playing style. And for me, they're the transfers we do, and we've been successful over the years.
100%
And my question to that, do you think that's the end of the Bradley Barcola, or do you think we still bring in a more expensive winger besides Diamande?
I think that's done, to be fair now. I think we've got the left side set now. I think it will be Gakpo and I think it will be Munoz off the left. Then I think we just need to get a right winger now, whether it's Diamande or Barcola. So I think the left side's set. And I think
do you think he's a Cody Gakpo signing, or do you think he's a Federico Chiesa replacement?
Munoz.
Yeah.
I'd edge towards Gakpo, can't I? I'd edge towards Gakpo because I think we can do with Rio and Munoz as our left wingers next year and moving Gakpo on.
I think he's a Chiesa type of signing because they're the areas Chiesa operates when he was playing on the slot. So I think we could potentially sign Diamande. I think he's our number one for the right, but I think this sets a pathway for Rio and Gamoa now. I think Rio could be our starting left winger, and I think Munoz could be back up to both Diamande if he comes in and Rio, and with FNCK out till just after Christmas, I think he fits in all the gaps around the pitch.
I hear you on that, man. I hear you on that.
Big up, Godfather.
Big up, Godfather, man. I feel like he could be like a Diaz replacement as well because we still ain't replaced Diaz, have we, from last summer? So
and one of his pros, because he was obviously there's pros and cons to players, but one of his pros is work rate, and the whole team lacked that.
That's good, man. We need the players with the work rate, man. We were lacking that big time last year. Big time.
40 million euros, that's what, about 34 million pounds.
He's Spanish as well, isn't he?
He's at the World Cup as well. He's in the Spanish squad for the World Cup.
Oh, okay, interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, man. I think it's a signing that it's one of those where no one's talking about it now, but we could be sat in a year's time and saying, "Well, what a player, what a signing that was, what a bargain it was." You know what I'm saying? So looking
I
forward to
think,
it, man.
and the way Liverpool operate, just getting it done, they're the signings what have made us win league titles and Champions Leagues
Yeah,
along the
spot
way.
on,
And
spot on.
you can't have world class players in every position because
Doesn't work.
it just the squad morale and the team just won't operate the way you think it will because it's not FIFA or Football Manager.
Facts, yeah, facts, man.
But moving on to there was news today regarding Yan Diamande. I don't want to put it on the screen for his. Uh, and it's from Ben Jacobs. Liverpool will sign another attacker / winger in addition to Victor Munoz. Optimism remains on Diamande, but due to competition with PSG and Leipzig asking price, there are other targets. Understand pace is the key criteria. Also on the list is Cologne's Sad El Mala, Brighton's Yakuba Minter, and Lille's Matthias Fernandez Pardo. All options in case Diamande doesn't arrive. Bradley Barcola, another player Liverpool have looked at this summer.
Interesting.
How do you feel about that news from Ben Jacobs?
It's interesting. So it's good that we're keeping our options open in case Monday don't come. You know, I remember a couple of years ago where we put all our eggs in one player and it didn't happen. So it's good that the options are open. So if he rejects us or doesn't come, we can turn our attention elsewhere. But Diomande is an interesting one because I've read that he's a Liverpool fan, but then I've read that his dad admires Paris Saint-Germain. So naturally, those will be the two clubs. I've also seen that Bayern have entered the mix as well, like you said. So I think for him, he's got to look at it from a perspective of where's he going to get the most game time. You know, Paris Saint-Germain is going to be hard with Kvaratskhelia there and Barcola there for now. Bayern, you forget about it, man. You're not getting game time there with Diaz and Elise. I think at Liverpool, replacing Salah as the first choice right winger, guaranteed game time week in, week out. He's not guaranteed that at Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich. So if he's smart, he'll look at it from that perspective, and I think he'll choose Liverpool. But I do understand that Bayern are probably a more attractive proposition than us at the moment. So are Paris Saint-Germain. And they've probably got better coaches too. So I hope he's smart and he picks us because I think that's the best move. But he could very well be tempted by the other bigger clubs. The other two.
How do you feel on the other target replacements? The names what's been touted out if we don't get Diamande?
They're not big names, are they? But they're signings that I think could work. You know what I'm saying? They are signings that I think could work. I wouldn't mind Barcola as a backup, but obviously the first pick is Diamande, isn't it? So you don't really want to lose out.
Barcola he played right wing when he started come through for Lyon's academy. That's where he predominantly played, but he's only been playing on the left once he moved to PSG. But
so he can't play both sides.
For me, the other targets are, for me, underwhelming. I think your Cuban Minter, I think he's got raw pace, but I don't think he'd ever reach the height of being a Salah replacement, and that's the key thing is the Salah replacement, and your Cuban Minter for me, it's very underwhelming, and going from Diamande, whose ceiling is the highest, and he probably could reach the likes of just under, I'm not saying above maybe Sadio Mane's ceiling, but I think Minter's ceiling is probably a Jarrett Bowen. But for me, if we don't get Diamande and we're operating to Yakuba Minters, or I think that's going to be a bad move, and I'm very worried if we're operating from the Diamande level to a Yakuba Minter level. Because
I completely hear that, man. I completely hear that. Diamande is the first pick, isn't he? He's the one that we all want. He's the one we've all been set on. Because of
so for me,
not even just
if it's not Diamande, it has to be a Bradley Barcola. because
I agree.
other than that, the wingers what have been getting touted out there, it's very underwhelming. And bringing in Munoz and Minter, I don't think they're wingers to challenge long term for a league title.
Of course not. They're good squad players, I'd say. I think if you want to use them as rotation, they're good. But as starters, main people, nah.
So who should, if we don't get Diamande or Barcola is too much, who would you operate for the right side? Are you looking for a right winger who's left footed, or aren't you really bothered with the preferred foot?
Not well, not really. To be fair, I mean, you'd probably look at a Minter, like you said there, or someone like that. But it'd be underwhelming. I feel it would be very, very underwhelming. I can't lie. Obviously, the dream would be Michael Elise, but that's never going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. He'd be a perfect Salah replacement. That's not happening though. So you're probably going to have to look at this, the players like that. But I wouldn't be excited. I wouldn't be excited if any of those came in, especially if they're going to be that out and out Salah replacement. We may as well just use Chiesa as the first choice if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
I think if we're going to pay 60 million, because I think that's around out the estimate Brighton will be looking for a Minter, I would rather put an extra 5 to 10 million and just take the chance on Ryan from Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Because your Cuban Minter, he's never, for me, I don't think he's going to ever reach the heights of a Premier, of like a team who wants to compete for the Premier League season after season, or the Champions League. I just don't think he's that guy. I just think he's overrated, and he's just getting touted as the next big thing, because Liverpool have said pace is the key criteria. But you need other attributes. You can't be just pace. Otherwise, Adama Traore is on a free transfer. Just go and get him if it's just about pace.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think Minter's technical ability is up there. I just think he's got a lot of work to do. Moving on, I want to move on to the midfield, which everyone thinks that we need a 6. If Jones and McAllister were to stay, do you think that, I'm not saying that you want, or do you think the club will bring in at least a midfielder, and even if McAllister and Jones stay?
I think we need to. I can't lie. I think we haven't had a 6 for about 3 years now since Fabinho left, and we still ain't replaced him. You know, Endo's hardly going to get game time because he's a squad player. We've been lacking a 6. You know, Gravenberch did well there for in Slot's first year, but I think this season it kind of got exposed that he wasn't a 6. We need one. We desperately need that destroyer, man. You know, you look at City, they've got Rodri. You look at Chelsea, you got Caicedo. You know, you look at United, they're now going to have Edison. Arsenal got a Rice. We need one as well. We need that natural 6 destroyer. So the club might do the whole cheap thing and look at it and think, we don't need him. We don't need a 6, should I say, because McAllister and Jones are here. But for me, it's a must, man. That's a priority for me in the transfer market, getting a number 6 in.
Do you think if them two stay, do you think the owners, because we know how the owners operate, and do you think that they risk it and think that we've got enough cover if Endo comes back early after the World Cup? Do you think they're going to pivot and make an excuse and say that we're already stacked in the midfield? Or do you think that they're seeing what we're seeing and we desperately need a 6?
I think they'll just say, I think they'll think we've got enough cover, can't they? That's what I think. And they'll probably think, that's not an area we need addressing. But we as fans know it's something we need to address. So I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to cheap it out again with that one. Unfortunately.
There was links as to Curtis Jones to Inter Milan, and Inter Milan's first offer was about 20 million euros, which I was gobsmacked when I seen it. With the likes of Alex Scott getting valued for 80 million, Adam Wharton getting valued for 100 million, and Liverpool apparently are holding out for about 30 to 35 million euros. How do you feel on the price, and how do you feel overall on Curtis Jones, would you sell him for the right price, or do you think he could be an important to the midfield? What Areola will make of it in the next season?
I think the price is a piss take, man. I can't lie. Apologies for swearing, but
It's all right. You
I
can say
think
what you want.
yeah, I think the price is crazy, man. Like you said, Wharton there. Other players are getting valued for crazy money, and them only offering that much for Jones. I think that's incredibly low. So, for me, if they want him, they're gonna have to put in a higher transfer fee, in my opinion. Do I want to sell Jones? No. Ideally, I don't want to sell him because I feel he's one of those players that will always give 100%. One of those players that will always run and give his all for the badge and the fans. Big up Jordan, man. We need someone like that in the team, a fighter. We haven't got a lot of them at the moment. We didn't have last season. So I don't personally want to sell Jones, but I think it will depend on him whether he wants to go. And I think if he wants to go, I think the club will be open to it. I can't lie. So it will depend on
I'm
him. I feel,
100%. I'm 100% with you. I thought
yeah, I don't want to sell him.
Jones was certain to leave under Slot, but then I had a funny feeling that he was going to stay under Areola because Slot's gone. But the links are still floating around with Inter Milan. And for me, I know people are saying Alex Scott's 80 because Bournemouth don't want to sell. But it's not, I get that part, but I still don't get Curtis Jones and the calibre and talent he is. He's worth, even if we want to sell him, it's 50 million easy. And that's that in today's market, that's still very cheap for a player of Curtis Jones' talent.
Yeah, man, 100%. I hope he doesn't go. I hope he stays, man. We're lacking scousers in the team as well, aren't we? Anyway, because Trent's, I don't really want to lose him because, yeah.
And 20 million to get rid of a scouser when there's none left, it's
a joke, man. It's a joke.
Yeah, Geordie, he is one of us.
He is, man.
Special things to come from him. Premier League titles to challenge for and Champions League next season. But in the March, just get the bodies we need. Touching on McAllister, there was talks about him leaving. Same questions to Jones for McAllister.
McAllister's a different one because I feel with him, I don't know what's happened this year. Like I think we've said it before. He's just been running to the ground by all the managers he's played for. De Zerbi played in the 10 system. Klopp did, with Slot as well. It's kind of been a bit weird. So he's completely fallen off a cliff this year. His first year was decent for us. Second year was very good. This season, McAllister's just gone boom down. He's not had a great year. He's had some decent games. Madrid at home was decent. One or two others, but overall his performances this year, they've been bad. They've been below par. I've been at a point where I've wanted Jones to start over him as a starter and just putting him on the bench because he's been that bad. With him, it'll be interesting seeing how he gets on at the World Cup for Argentina. Whether we see a different McAllister, because I think then we can say maybe Slot was the problem, and I do think Slot was part of the issue, but he just looks knackered, man. I remember when Fabinho looked like that in 2022-23, just completely fell off, man. Similar vibes with McAllister. With him, if the price is right, I'd be open to it. I would be open to it with him. I can't lie. Looks like Madrid are the ones who are interested in him, so they're going to put in a decent price. So I'd be open to listing for McAllister. I can't lie. I would.
I'm in the same boat as you. I think McAllister. It's not his fault. It's under Klopp, Slot, the Argentina managers. It's plays week in, week out, and has to travel all the way to South America for stupid pre-season games. Has to play 90 minutes in pre-season, then has to get flights home, and then the time zone's different. So you come back on the Thursday, Friday, and then after time with the early kick-off Saturday, and then he stays in the starting 11. I think for the Premier League now, I think his legs are completely gone. He had a very good start opening into the World Cup, but different style of plays under different managers, and I think Areola's style of play, I think he's going to be the worst out the whole midfield for the pressing, the ascendancy, and for me, if a good offer comes in for 60 million, I'd bite the hands off and just let bygones be bygones. With McAllister, got no hard feeling towards him. It's just one of them. When your time's up at the top level in the best league in the world, it's one of them. You've got to put the club first before the player. And I do thank McAllister for his wonder goals, but for me, I think it is time to move on now and let's just get someone into who Iriola wants.
How old is McAllister?
I think he's 27, I think. And
he's meant to be hitting his prime now, and he looks like this. So
that's what I mean. He's 27, and his legs are gone. I think he should go to somewhere like Italy or Spain, somewhere.
Agree. Yeah.
But I just hope Liverpool don't price him out of a move where Liverpool are looking for, like, say, 80, 90. Just let him go for 60.
I'm hoping he doesn't go on a free because his contract runs up when
2 years.
Hoping we don't let him go on a free, man. We need to get some money for him.
And same as Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's only got 2 years, and we just need to stop this players running down the contracts all the time.
100%.
If they've got 2 years left, ask them, do you want to sign a new one? Sign a new one. If not, sell them to the highest bidder. Because next season, we'd be lucky to get 20, 30 million for McAllister with 1 year left on his contract. Look, I think Jones has only got 1 year left on his contract of the scene, so that's probably why we're getting lowballed. And it's like a merry-go-round. We've lost Trent, and then we lost Canate, and now it could be Szoboszlai next.
Yeah, could be.
Who would your top 3 picks be as the 6 to, say, replace McAllister or Jones?
I liked Edison for United. He was a player that I wanted to sign, but obviously he's gone over there. So I think Wharton's a decent pick. Kamara's another one we've been linked to a lot. Kamara.
I watched him the other day. He was underwhelming. I don't think
I'm not sold on him, to be fair. Another one that I kind of like the look of is Onana for Aston Villa. I like the look of him.
I know, but it's injuries. His injury record is probably up there with the likes of Chiesa.
That's the problem. So it looks like Wharton might be the one that we go for if we do get a DM from the links that I've been seeing.
From getting Wharton, I don't think anything changes in the midfield. I think we're still left open. Big up Night Time, kid.
Big up Night Time, man.
Yeah, 20 mil go to Madrid, because they had a 50% selling clause, or they owned 50%. But either way, it's not our loss, it's Osasuna's loss. For me, I don't think Wharton changes anything in the midfield. I think he's got the passing ability, but again, as a 6, he's not a beast in the 6 like a Caicedo, or I think value for money, Sangare from Lens.
That's one. That's another one. Yeah, he's another one.
I think the value's between 40 to 45 million. I think he's 5'11", and his defensive stats are quite good. I think that's it. And I think we should go back in for Caicedo. I think he could be open to a move, because we need to start acting like a big club. Chelsea are not in Europe at all. They've just lost Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez could be leaving. Test the waters and bid in 90, 100 million for Caicedo rather than paying the 100 million for Wharton.
Yeah, I agree, man. Now that you've said that, we should try it out, see what happens. He might actually be tempted. You never know.
Yeah,
I think the only reason he went there, I think the only reason he chose them first time around was purely because of a money thing. I can't lie.
Yeah, same as Mo Salah. When Mo Salah was playing for Bale, he rejected Liverpool for Chelsea, and then went to Chelsea, left Chelsea, and then went to Liverpool. It could be one of them merry-go-rounds with. That's what happened with Salah. Salah rejected us for Chelsea, and no one ever remembers that. Yeah, I do agree with you. I think the midfield is a bit of an issue, because I don't like Gravenberch. I think at first I thought it was a good signing, like a profit signing, because he was only 34, 35 million. I think if we went to sell him now, we could easily get 70, 80, just because he's 23 and he's just signed a new contract. But a long-term solution, Grav is not a first teamer. He's a squad player.
Would you not play him in the 8 then in the team, or would you just leave him as a squad rotation?
Me, at squad rotation, but the issue with that is he's sitting on 280 grand a week,
We
which
gave him a new contract, didn't we? So,
same as Cody Gakpo, he's on 250. So Arne Slot has ruined the wage structure of Liverpool. Because Liverpool can't.
I wasn't sold on Gravenberch when we bought him because he wasn't getting into the Bayern Munich team when he was there. He couldn't get into that team. Bayern fans were saying he was a flop, this, that. So when we signed him, I wasn't really keen on him. And his first year, again, he didn't do nothing crazy in Klopp's last year. I think Slot's first year is when we really started to see him do well. But I think he's had a bit of an underwhelming season as well, along with McAllister. I think
how long's he been at the club now? I say
3 years.
3 years, and for me, he's only had a good 6 months. I think last season towards the end, like when we won the title winning season, I don't think he was any good. I thought he got exposed when he can't get out of tight spaces. I think teams got onto it, just pressing. So I think out of 3 years, he's only had a good 6 months. I don't rate Gravenberch at all.
Yeah, because Klopp wasn't playing Gravenberch, was he? He was playing Endo, McAllister, and Szoboszlai, I think, as the three. He had Gravenberch sat on the bench. So,
and even when he even got chances on the Klopp, he was horrendous. He was shite.
He wasn't great. Yeah, I think we only signed him because of I think at the time he lost out on Caicedo and Lavia both, didn't we? So
yeah, it was like a deadline day. It was deadline day signing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the only reason we went for him, because of that. Low key. Dare I say he was a bit of a panic buy.
Yeah, I don't want a player to play next to Grav. I want a player to take over Grav. Because I'd rather have Jones and someone in the pivot than Grav and someone else. I think Jones is better than Gravenberch, but I just don't know the issue with Jones. I don't know what's going on.
So let me ask you then, what do you think about the right back situation? Do you think we need to look there as well?
Yeah, I love Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley was one of my favourite players, but I'm always consistent with it. Just get rid. The injuries are a major problem. He's not going to overcome the injuries. It's sad to see, but that's just the harsh reality of things. I love Conor Bradley. He's one of my favourite players, but it's club over player for me. And just go. Just sell him for say 10 million. Don't just value him at a low price. Let him just go somewhere to revive his career. Whether you sell him for 10 mil and then get a buyback clause on him in case he does overcome it and proves us wrong, then there's an opportunity to come back.
I hear you on that one. There's a lot of talent with him, but again, injuries are an issue, isn't it?
I pass on that one, Nighttown kids. I think
I know Donington. Fuck that.
No, you can stay at Newcastle.
So you'd sell Bradley, you'd bring in a right back. So would you use Frimpong as a cover?
Yeah, just for backup. Frimpong will never ever be a first choice right back for Liverpool.
What do you make of What do you make of that signing, Frimpong? Do you think?
I think it was a pointless signing. I think the signing was I think it was 20 or 30 million release clause, and I think it was just for the homegrown quota, like City have in the past with Fabian Delph, Calvin Phillips. Just get an English body in, and I think that's what we bought him. Or he's Werther's best mate. So
I was thinking that maybe we used him to sway words to us. That's why.
Either and kill two birds with one stone. Get Werther in, and he's classed as homegrown because he come from City's academy.
Yeah.
But there's not many right backs in the market who I'm like, yeah, it's got to be him. It's got to be him. Because today, I think Palestri from the Italian league, Palestra or whatever his name is, Inter Milan have just put a bid in of 40 million plus 5 million add-ons.
Shit. That's mad.
But I just don't think Liverpool are going to go to that. I just something in my mind just tells me FSG are not going to prioritise a right back with the funding. Like, I think they might just 30 mil max. Do you spend on a right back?
I hear that. I do hear that. To be fair,
But
I just feel,
if it was unlimited money, who would you number? Your top 3 right backs. But obviously, realistically,
there's not much out. Big up Brian in the chat, by the way, man. Big up, man.
oh sorry,
Big up Brian.
big up Brian.
Coyotes, man. Yeah, Coyote would be an option for me. Coyote. I think we were linked with Dumfries as well, but I don't know how I feel about that one. He's gone to Madrid. What am I on about? He's gone to Madrid.
Who?
Dumfries,
Oh, yeah.
whatever you call him. So
I think he was just another frimpong him.
Yeah, I hear that. I think Coyote would probably be my standout pick. You know, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he was my number 1 because for me as a right back, I look at defending more than attacking because players we've got Isaac who knows where the net is. He's like the 2nd best striker in the league behind Haaland. We've brought in a Florian Wirtz. We could possibly be getting a Diamande. Why do we need to work on attacking as a right back instead of putting defending first?
Yeah.
And Coyote ticks every box for me. His technical ability is a bit off, but he's a right back, not a right wing.
You got to be a hard worker. Technical ability ain't everything, is it? Let's be honest. I think with us at Liverpool, the main thing is if you're a hard worker and you give your all. You know what I'm saying?
He's another player I wouldn't mind signing, but I hate to say it, he's Dutch. Gaviardo Reed, I think he's going to be one of the top upcoming right backs in the next couple of years. I can see him being at Barcelona to replace Jules Koundé, I think.
Potentially, man. So,
but there's not many options as a right back who stand out for me.
There's not, man. So let me ask you then, your dream window, if we get your dream window, how would you line up next season? What formation and what players?
I play 4-2-3-1, and I'll keep it realistic. But which I think Ali in goal, right back Coyote, left back Kirkes, centre half will be Van Dijk and Jacket. My double pivot would be Sangare and Caicedo. Then Diamande on the right, Rio on the left, Wirtz and Isaac.
It's not a bad team, man. It's not a bad team, to be fair.
I've only brought in a few players for the starting 11, but the players I've brought in would be expensive.
We'd have a decent squad as well, to be fair, because that gives us some Gravenberch on the bench, McAllister on the bench potentially as well. Gives us some decent depth, doesn't it?
That's it. And the players I've brought in, they will cost a lot of money. And I don't really want the players that I'm bringing in. I don't want to put another 5 players in the starting 11 like we did last season, because it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Like with Robbo and Fabinho, they sat on the bench for 6 months and then look at the players they become when it was just patience and learn the style of play and learn the culture, learn the country or whatnot.
I was going to ask
you. Would yours be? Yeah,
mine would be Alisson in goal. Obviously, left back Kirk, centre back I think Virgil. I'd get in another centre back personally. I'd like to see us go get someone, but I think it will be Jack at centre back with him. Right back again, Coyote. Midfield, I think it will be. I think it will probably be a Sangare maybe next to Szoboszlai. That's what I think will happen. 10, I think it will be Wirtz. Left, Rio. Right, Diamande, and up top Ishak. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
I think we've had talks because I heard that Rio's only got 2 years left on his contract as well. So I think with the Munoz signing, I do think the pathway has been open for Rio now. So you can be the starter, but sign a new contract.
Yeah, facts. I'd love Slotterbeck, Brian. He'd be a perfect Canate replacement for me. But I think there are
Yeah,
issues with signing him. Yeah.
but with that, Brian, with Slotterbeck, it's so unrealistic because Virgil van Dijk has played left centre back throughout his whole career as a footballer. And at the age of 35 now, Liverpool are not going to move him to a right centre back and do channel defending.
Yeah, that's the
But
problem.
that's what Liverpool used the right back for channel
Yeah.
defending. And a 35-year-old doing channel defending,
It's not.
that's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And Schlotterbeck won't come in to sit on the bench just for 1 year behind Virgil when he's the captain of his own club now, and he's a German international, and he's just simply not going to sit on the bench. He could go to Madrid and start for Real Madrid as the left centre back because they've only got Rudiger and Dean Huijsen. So there's better teams than Liverpool who he could go to and start, but he just can't start. We've got Virgil van Dijk, we've got the best centre back in the world. So it's just, I just think the Schlotterbeck,
Unrealistic.
for me, I just think the Schlotterbeck there's no substance behind it. It's just because he's a good defender, but you've got to look at all the details around it. Whose position is he going to take? And if there's someone better in that position, and is he willing to wait his turn? And I don't think Schlotterbeck is the type of player who's the captain of his own club now, will sit on the Liverpool bench and wait for Van Dijk to retire.
100% agreement. I was going to ask you, have you seen the rumours on Allison today that dropped or not?
No, I haven't seen no Ali
he's
rumours today.
Well, they're saying that next season's expected to be his last one.
I do think that myself.
Yeah.
I don't know with him. It's just a weird one. I've never known a goalkeeper to get this many injuries before. And it's always muscle injuries.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's only got,
To
I
be
think,
fair, his first 4 years it's only the last 3 years. I think the last 3 seasons he's been picking up a lot of injuries. Before that, he was fine.
Kunde is a good player, but he's not an Iriola type of fullback, and I can't see him coming in on 300 and 350 grand a week. Liverpool's identity, majority of the time, there's a few cases where it has happened, but we start off on a low wage, and your performance always builds up to that higher wage. There's not many, and I think Kunde's going to stay at Barcelona now.
Yeah, same here. I don't see
Because that Arayo, he's a bit dodgy, so I think he fills the right back and centre back. But I just want a right back who plays right back. I can't be bothered with these pivot players who can play, a player who can play centre back and right back. Just get me an out and out right back.
Yeah.
Big up, Clive.
Big up, Clive, man. Bless up, brother.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Because we know how FSG operates.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think FSG? This is in your opinion, not. Do you think FSG is going to back Iriola with every signing in who we need, or do you think that FSG are going to take a risk? For an example, where we've got 4 centre backs now, and we've bought a couple of centre backs for the academy. Do you think we're just going to have Leone, Xhaka, Van Dijk, Gomez, and then pivot to academy players if we get injuries? Or do you think we'd actually bring in a centre back and other positions on the pitch? Do you think we're going to get left short in other areas?
I hope that they do bring in a centre back and they do back him, but part of me feels because they back Slot so much and because of how that went, they're now going to be a little bit more sceptical with another manager. I think he'll get signings. I do think he'll get a couple players. Will he get everything though? I don't see it. Man. I think I don't think we're going to get a right back in, unfortunately. I don't think we'll get a DM in either, I can't lie. So I think he'll get a couple of players, like some wingers, but I just don't see us getting everything he needs in, which is a problem because Slot got everything he wanted. So Iriola should get the same, but I think they're going to look at it and think because we backed last manager so much and that went pear-shaped, we don't want to do that for this one in his first year.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. Me personally, I don't think.
Another thing Slot's fucked up for.
No, see, he's had an all right season last season with Sunderland, but he's Sunderland are in Europe now, so let's see how well he does in the second season in the Premier League, while Sunderland are playing abroad of a Thursday or whatever each week. So I'd rather have a more developing and a more player, not just a one season wonder. I'm sick of balling for them, and it doesn't work out. What's yours feelings on Hume from Sunderland?
I'm the same, man. One good season for me shouldn't warrant you coming up, especially for a team like Sunderland. It shouldn't warrant you coming to a bigger club, I can't lie, because we've seen that before and it's not ended well. I think Sunderland are going to struggle this year, personally. So
I do. I think the contention for relegation, just because I think they've overstepped the mark. As in, this season they should have been about staying up, then competing for Europe, but they've done that big jump the way Newcastle done. Newcastle went straight to Champions League, and then the second season it was just horrendous. I think they should have took it step by step, but because everyone was shite in the league, I think that could put a knock-on effect on them. Left back's not a problem because Tsimikas has had a year to bed in, and he's got his manager who bought him and who got the best out of him. So I think we can pivot to Tsimikas and maybe keep our Luke Chambers or Owen Beck at the club for third choice, but our squad's bad and we won't be able to fill the left back as long as everything else we need.
I'm alright with Kirkus and Tsimikas, man, to be fair there. For now.
Yeah, I don't mind that, and then just keep Owen Beck or Luke Chambers as a third choice. But yeah, I'm on the same boat as you. Me personally, I think they're not going to fill every hole we need in the squad.
If we were serious, man, we would have been in the market first and bought someone in the first couple of days of the window opening. Look what Tottenham did, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight in there.
Yes, they've got 3 players to bought in already, haven't they?
Yeah,
and now they're after Tonali and could possibly be Gakpo.
Yeah, so
Touching on Gakpo, if Tottenham come in with say 60 mil, would you take it or would you just keep him just for the season because of the players and how thin our squad is?
Before we bought Muniz in, I would have said nah because I think we need the cover. But now we bought Muniz in, we got Rio there. I'd take it. I can't lie. I'd take it actually.
Yeah, Sky Sports at that very, very slow. Is that Clive? Is that for the Munoz deal or?
Yeah, Sky are like last man to do everything now. To be fair.
Yeah, Sky the worst to follow now.
So I had a conversation with someone the other day, and she says, unless it's Sky or anything else, I don't believe them. Sky's not a good choice to be using nowadays.
Yeah, yes, yeah, Munoz, yeah. That was done last. Once you get a here we go off for Bitio, it's practically done. Sky Sports are always last. FSG also.
Yeah, they do on the Boston Red Sox.
Yes,
they don't even care. They don't even care about them. They don't even care about the Boston Red Sox, do they?
Boston Red Sox fans can't.
They hate them.
Just despise them, don't they?
I think we tolerate them, but they apparently despise them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they hate them worse than I do.
I think for me with FSG, I don't know about you, but my issue's always been they don't spend enough and they're not smart sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think if they were smarter and they spent more, I wouldn't have an issue with them.
I think they touched luck with Klopp. I don't think we'd be in the position now without Jurgen.
100%.
He just touched goals. Basically, it's like Man City. They won the lottery where we won a lottery
Yeah.
with Slot.
That's why Klopp never got back to man, because they knew how good he was and they knew he could just pull stuff out of the hat. So, you know what I'm saying. And they did the same thing with Slot, didn't they? Remember Slot's first year, no signings. They thought he'd do the same, and they got lucky there too, didn't they? They're very lucky, man, in what they do. It's like they take chances on shit, yeah, and it just pays off for them somehow.
Yeah. Liverpool website. They're always the very, very last to bring the news out, because even with the Areola one, we all knew it was done. We all knew that he was at the training ground doing all his pictures and stuff like that. And then it was like 7:30 Liverpool put the news out, but we all knew it was done. I think social media now has outclassed like Sky Sports News and the Liverpool website.
It's left it behind.
Is there anything else you want to touch on? Or?
Yeah, I was gonna say, for me, I'm a lot more optimistic though, regardless of the summer and next season with the new manager coming in. I like Iraola's style of football. I think. What
are you comfortable with coming into next season? That's a question.
I'll take top. It is top 5, isn't it? Next year still gets Champions League.
It all depends. I think how it works. I'm not 100%. Someone in the chat might know, but I think country clubs in the Champions League have to win a certain amount of games before you can get the top 5. So because I think it was Arsenal when they beat Sporting Lisbon in the knockout stage, I think that's when we got the opportunity to be top 5.
So the English clubs have got to do well basically again. Okay.
Yeah. But they did though, didn't they? Because look at Tottenham. I think Tottenham finished. I know Tottenham were horrendous in the Premier League, but I'm sure they finished like 5th in the group stages of Champions League.
They did. Yeah, they finished above Madrid and a couple other teams, Barcelona.
Yeah, so it's not top 5, not guaranteed like year after year.
Yeah, so for me, first year I'll take top 5 or top 4, and a domestic cup. But honestly, with the way the league is, with the way teams around us, because we're going to change, but Chelsea going to change, Tottenham going to change. City are. Who else? Man?
I think we're going through the biggest change, though.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because the difference is it'll be different if City were losing Haaland, then had to build around the squad to get the numbers what Haaland produced. Where we've lost arguably the best left back is behind Ashley Cole in the Premier League era. We've lost the best. For me, he's the best Premier League player. I put Salah, Gerrard, dead on me because I am biased, but I'm not asked. So the best Premier League player, and not just that, what people don't look at, it also affects the dressing room.
100%, because the leadership's gone.
We've only got Van Dijk, Alisson leadership.
Yeah.
People saying Szoboszlai can take up. Szoboszlai can never. Szoboszlai's still only 23, 24.
Yeah, he's young. He's still young as well. So.
But I'll be up for me the season.
Yeah, I think for me, a top 5 in a domestic trophy would be good. But with the way the league is, it ain't great. So we could actually be ahead of schedule next year and be in a title race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mine was top 5 in a trophy, but I've gone back a bit. I want us to go far, say maybe the quarters, pushing the semi-final of the Champions League. Even if we don't win the 2 lower, like League Cup or FA Cup, I don't mind, but get 3rd. You have to finish above Aston Villa. You have to finish above Man United. You have to finish above Tottenham, Chelsea. It just Arsenal, Man City, you don't mind finishing above, but at least try and close the points where it was like 24 points behind Arsenal or something. Try and get that to say 10.
I hear that. I completely hear that.
I'm not asked if we get knocked out of the League Cup in the first round. Just get far in the Champions League. Maybe quarters are a push. Semis as a push, but quarters, and then finish 3rd. Make sure you finish above Man United.
100%, man. I hear that. On the captain thing, yeah, you were on about. For me, if Alisson has a good year next year and he stays injury-free, what I do is I'd extend his deal and keep him on, and then when Virgil goes, make Alisson the captain.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what I do.
even now, because with Salah gone and Robbo gone, what I'd do now, I'd get Alisson to sign a new 3-year contract this summer, give him the vice captain because Robbo's gone. Give him the vice captain and say to him when Virgil's gone, you be the captain next year, but give him the vice captain now. Because there's no one who you can give it to. Joe Gomez has been there the longest, but he's not vice captain material. Who would you give the vice? Not who you want to give it to. Who do you think is Areola going to make vice captain?
You're talking now, yeah, with Virgil still here, not after Virgil's
Yeah.
gone and that. Right.
No, I'm talking about vice captain. So, because Robbo was vice captain, but he's gone now. So who's going to be?
For me, the smart pick is Alisson because both him and Virgil are the most experienced players and their leadership's top tier. So I'd go Alisson, but I think he might just make it Szoboszlai. I can't lie. I think he might just pick Szoboszlai. I wouldn't do it.
For me, though, how can you give it to someone who's only got 2 years left on a contract?
Yeah.
If you're going to give it to Szoboszlai, he has to sign a new 5-year deal for me. Because then that'll take him to 28, 29 before his contract runs out. But he's 23, 24 now, so it'll be 28, 29. You can't give a vice captain to someone who's got 2 years left on a contract and hasn't signed a new contract for me.
It's a big risk, man, doing that. Big risk. Especially if he fucks off or he starts acting up. If he wants to move, it's not going to be a good look still. So, yeah, man.
I think I asked you this question on your channel, but I'll ask it on mine. If Real Madrid come in for 100 million now for Szoboszlai, would you take it?
Potentially. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, man. I know Szoboszlai has been clutch this year, but that's a lot of money, man. And you remember when we sold Coutinho and we used it to invest in Alisson, Fabinho, and them?
Yeah.
I think we could potentially. I'm not saying we will, but I think we could potentially do something similar with Szoboszlai if we sold him.
And that's what I'm nervous about. There's too many players in this team now who's only got 2 years left of contract. Gomez and Jones have got 1 left. And Szoboszlai, McAllister, I've got 2.
The only ones who are set for the next couple of years are Gravenberch and Gakpo, aren't they? Unfortunately, because they're both signed.
Yeah, and Munoz, because he's a son.
What about how long did Isak and Ekitike sign for?
I think Ekitike was 6 years, so he's still got 5 left.
Yeah.
I think Isak will have 4 now. I think he's got 4 years left.
Okay, so
but I'm comfortable with like Isak and Ekitike anyway, because I've got no doubts that they finish.
2 very good strikers to have, man.
They're going to finish in the top 2.
Okay. So if I think if 2 English teams finish top of the table, I think that's what he means.
And like in the top 8, is it?
Yeah, I think that's what you mean by.
But we done that with, I think it was Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. I think there was like 5 English teams that went out to the knockout stage, and I think Arsenal still has to get a win against Sporting Lisbon to get the top 5. Because if Arsenal would have not won against Sporting, we wouldn't have got the top 5. I just don't know how it works. You said no. My only obligation to that is it's going to affect Rio's pathway. You can't have an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old fighting out for a position, because it's just going to harm both players and both players' pathways.
100% agree with that.
If Nusa was 22, 23, then it's a shout, but due to his age, it's just going to block his pathway and it's going to block Rio's pathway. And either one of them are going to be unhappy. So it's just...
Facts, man. 100% agree. But there's a lot of work to do, man, in the squad. There's quite a lot of work to do, so I don't like us leaving it late, to be fair. I'd rather we were doing stuff.
I'm still baffled. I still can't get my head around spending 450 million in the summer and we still need a lot of work.
Yeah.
And that's what that fucking baldy bastard's done to us. Thank fuck he's gone. because I probably wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have watched any games next season.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. I was considering not doing it either.
You get 100 million. Can you trust it? No,
Sporting America.
because there's links with
Hughes.
him.
Nah.
There's
It's
links
not
with
even.
Hughes going to Saudi, and we'll touch on that quickly. There was news about Richard Hughes going to Saudi at the end of the transfer window. Are you comfortable with him getting the right players in, knowing he's fucking off in 2 months' time?
No, nah, I don't, to be fair. But luckily, I think Iriola will pick out a couple of players and he'll probably just negotiate from there. But nah, man, I'm not too confident with him knowing he's out the door potentially at the end of the summer and doing our business now. I'd rather Edwards just do it and he just takes the back seat until he's off. But I'm happy he's gonna go. I am happy he's gonna go. I think we need a proper, competent sporting director working alongside Iriola, not him, because he's an idiot, man. That guy, absolute idiot.
And I've said that myself. I'm sick of the club bringing in French opportunities when I just want. I don't care whether you're friends or not. I want you to come in and do the fucking job you're paid to do. Don't be scared to sack someone because they've been horrendous just because you're friends. Just do the fucking job you're supposed to do. And to the point, I'm in the same boat as you. I just think it's fucking weird the way Liverpool are allowing a sporting director to do transfers, try to get like biggest transfers like Diamande over the line when he just knows that he's gone in 2 months' time. He's not going to.
It's only us that do this type of stuff, man. It really is.
There's only, yeah, for example, say, we're after, say, an Isaac or worse caliber of player. Doing all the hard work behind the scenes, that must have took like a lot of hard work. Has he still got that same energy to do that kind of business, knowing that he's gone in 2 months? That's my issue with it.
Yeah.
And he's just a full-on blown wanker, and I just can't stand him. And since he's walked through the door, he's been shocking.
Yeah, 100%, man.
You guys let me out? No chance.
Nah,
No
right
chance. You've got Ryan, who has got a release clause for 130 million euros, and Rio's twice as good as him. Imagine you say, I was almost lost. It would have been horrendous for Liverpool fans. I think they would have been outburst. I think the toxicity would have been 20 times worse than what it was under Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, it would have been. There we go. If 2 English clubs finish in the top 5, you get okay.
It's mad. They probably bring out another rule before the season starts. This real change in football is getting pathetic.
Yeah, man. Here's a question for you then. A bit off topic. Would you take Klopp as a sporting director?
I'm 50-50 just because I don't know. I love Klopp as a man. I always love Jurgen. I want him to. I want him to come back in the club. But I'm just unsure how much experience and how it operates, because it's like you would have taken Gerrard back as a manager. No, because I love him as a player. He's one of my favourite players ever to play the game, but he's not good enough to be Liverpool manager. So I mean, that's like the same boat as me with Klopp. I just don't know how he's unexperienced, and I just want people in who's brilliant at what they're doing.
I hear that, man. Completely hear that.
Would you gamble and take him, or do you prefer someone who's more experienced and know what
I'm
they're doing?
50-50 on it, man, because there's rumours on Klopp's talent ID that it's not the greatest. Because you remember when we were going to sign Salah, and he apparently didn't want Salah. He wanted Julian Wright instead.
We did Mane at first. We wanted Julian Brandt from Dortmund.
Yeah, so there is talk that his talent ID ain't the best, but having him back around at the club in some sort of way would be great. Either way, just love seeing him back around.
And that's another thing with the club as well. even Michael Edwards, he's only got 12 months left in his contract, and there's no sign of him.
I think he's gone as well. I think he'll be gone.
Who would you take there as CEO?
That's another problem, man. Who is going to do that? That's the thing.
Yeah, who wouldn't take Rodri? Rodri's the best midfielder in the world right now. He's a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, he'd be great. He'd be not good in that time. He'd be
and that's the problem with the players now. There's no Rodri's, there's no Fabinho's on the market to pivot to or to go all out for. You've got to build a team around that position.
Even when we bought Alisson and Salah, the market was good. You had Hazard in the market as a winger, other wingers. When the goalkeeper thing was going on, we had Courtois in the market, a couple of other keepers in the market. Fast forward now, there's no good goalkeepers around, really. There's no good wingers around, really.
There's no good wingers either.
Yeah.
And there's no one who's fucking loyal either. And that's a major issue in football.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a so-called scouser who fucking slated his boyhood club to move on for, wouldn't say it was a free, but we got like a 10 million compensation, or just because Madrid wanted him before the Club World Cup.
Okay, I'm the same with you on that. I think Trent's about fucking, but what do you think on the Konate one? Do you consider him a that as well?
Yeah, because knowing that you haven't signed a contract yet, why are you still doing interviews saying the contract's close? Just keep your mouth shut until your signature is on the fucking paper.
Yeah.
Because you've led majority of Liverpool fans down the wrong path. Say, oh yeah, it's so close, and then the money. I think the basic wage was right. It was just bonuses. So for me, he's a rat, but sent a bigger rat. But he's still a rat.
I really don't Konate with Trent. Yeah, I knew he was going to go. To be fair, I think we all knew he was going to go. With Konate, I did think he was going to stay. I really did.
I did myself.
Yeah.
But this is why what I'm saying. We need to start sticking to a new rule now. For me, if players have got 2 years left on the contract and they're not willing to sign a new contract, just fucking move them on for the market value. Because it's just going to be an ending cycle. Liverpool are going to be a club who just let players go on a free. So I think Liverpool just need to take the heels in now. And then, if you've got 2 years left, you don't want to sign a new contract, fuck off, see you later.
It's annoying because we're the only ones who do this, man. I don't know no other club that's how this happen all the time. Yeah, Brian, it would be, man. He's just there.
The difference is, though, Alex Ferguson only goes to the games. There's so much business to do as a sporting director.
He stitched United up, man. Ferguson did by bringing the Glazers in and recommending Moyes. He stitched them up, man. Klopp would never do that to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and with Ferguson, because I don't label him as Sir Alex. His name is Alex Ferguson to me. Because he's the club legends. A sporting director is a big factor in your club's development, and that's a key part of your club's success, having a good one in, because they're the ones who have to do all the hard work behind the scenes. They're the ones who have to fly, like they have to fly to America or wherever to get the deals over the line. They have to stay up, do overtime, stay up all night to get the deals done. So it's a big part of the club, a sporting director. And that's why I'd rather have someone who's experienced and someone who's good at what they're doing. Because if you bring in a bad sporting director, you're going to be bad as a team because they're going to bring the incorrect players in and it's just the wrong structure overall.
Facts. 100% agree with you on that.
Sporting director is just as important as than a manager. Because you can be a world-class manager, but if the sporting director are bringing you a Dami Traore or a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, what are you meant to do with them kind of players? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
if you throw shit at a wall, it's going to eventually stick, innit?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying sporting directors are just as important than football managers or football head coaches or however you want to label it.
Yeah. Spot on, man.
Anything else? If not, I'm going to wrap up here.
Yeah, it's nothing else, man. It's been a great show, man. Enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on.
Much appreciated for coming on, lad. When you know where I am if you ever need me or anything.
100%,
And, big thanks for you for coming on. And to everyone in the comments, big up Brian, big up Nighttime Kids, big up Clive. Who else was there? Big up Coffather.
Big up.
Coffather has got it. He works with Uncle Rod's. Go over, give them a subscribe, and everyone. Big up Jordan. Everyone go over to Liverpool Profit. I'll put his channel in my link in a minute. Everyone go and subscribe to him because he brings out great content and he's just a legend in the Liverpool community. So everyone go and subscribe to Liverpool Profit.
Appreciate it.
And
Nicole as well. Big up to Nicole Higgins.
Yeah.
Just another one.
Yeah, big up Nicole.
Big up.
So yeah, that's it, people. We're out. Up the fucking Redmen.
Big up.